Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Tracy Schroyer, and I have some exciting news to share with you today. And I am just really, really excited about what is going on. And in addition to this announcement, I do have a couple more announcements. So stay tuned for those as well. This is a really big one. I have been working and putting together, and I'm really, really excited because this is something that I struggled with as a person looking for a job. And in my journey, I ended up creating this, and it is called the Ultimate Job Search Journal. So you can navigate your career path with confidence, like it says on the cover. The cover is so cool, and it's so smooth too. And I will just open it up and share with you all the goodies that are in here. So, starting out with a quick introduction, has some initial considerations for your job search. So, even if you already are into your job search and it's not like you're just starting out, take a look, back yourself up, kind of think about these initial considerations before you jump in and continue in the job market because there may be some things that you had not thought of before. Another one is creating a job search plan, and this has several sections or several pieces. I think there's 5 or 6 pieces within this section, and it gives you tips and reflection questions to consider as you go through the journey from start to finish. There is also the next 3 sections are the big sections that make up this journal. Networking tracking. So a lot of you may track in information about an individual when you meet them, and maybe that's more connecting on LinkedIn and that's how you stay connected. Well, this actually gives you a page for each person that you contact or that you network with to save their information, how you met them, what you guys might have in common, when did you meet, or when are you planning to meet, and those types of things so that you can keep track of those individuals within your journal itself. The next section here is job application tracking, and I'm going to go to it. The other nice thing in here is there's some coloring pages throughout, as well as different tips or best practices, resources pages throughout. So as you're flipping through there, you can see those as well. So with the job application tracking, you actually have 2 pages for each job. Let me move this over a little bit. So you can keep track of the job title, the company, when you applied, the website, why were you even interested in it. It has initial questions that you have about the job or the company because you should always go to an interview or a phone screen or whatever it is with a question or 2 in your back pocket. Where you submitted your application. So how many times do we forget what we even use? So it has common places you might submit your application, as well as a space for other if you submitted it somewhere else. Where you saved your resume and your application documents within your folders themselves. So you could put a file path or something like that so that you can keep track of where those are. Also, what's the recruiter's name, contact information, the hiring manager once you get that information. If there's an application portal, how many of you, and I know this to be true myself, when you go to apply for a job, so many times it's a Workday application behind the scenes application portal, and you have to create a username and a password. And it's so hard to remember those all. And maybe they don't take the same password, they don't have the same password rules. There's a space in here for that job that you can record that information. If you have any contacts at the company, or it says even doing a LinkedIn, searching your connections and your connections of other connections that you have to see if somebody is working at that company or knows somebody who's working at that company. The salary range for the role, whether it's annually or per hour. If that's not available, it gives you right here 2 websites to go to get potential ranges for those jobs. And then you can also track your progress. So if you had a phone screen, an interview, a second interview, if you received an offer when you start, if you were declined, it gives you a space to say, to put the date that you were declined and if you got any kind of feedback. So this will help you to track those job applications. And then the very last section of this is more about interviews. So with this, you have a 1 page per interview. And I'll just show you this rather quickly. So you could put the job title, the name of the company, the interview date and time, the format. So if it's in person, it's phone, it's a video call, the interviewer's information. And a lot of times people like to look that up on LinkedIn before they jump into the interview. You can record specific questions that you have for the interviewer or interviewers, key points to mention. So maybe you want to highlight some of your skills or experience that are relevant to that job role. You can jot some notes down there, as well as your post-interview reflection. So think about, how did the interview go? How did you feel? Did you gain any kind of insights through the interview? What are some areas that you could improve on for the next interview? And then also next steps and follow-up actions. So including, what am I supposed to hear next? What's going to go on and what's going to happen with that. So it gives you space, absolutely, for the interview, for tracking that information. So as I mentioned, you'll find some fun things throughout it, like the coloring pages, the tips, the resources. There's a couple seek and finds, word finds in here as well. So if you're interested, you can get this on Amazon. So you can look up Ultimate Job Search Journal and find it with this beautiful cover on it. And again, it's like a smooth cover. It's a little bit thick, but you'll likely keep it at home. If for some reason, maybe you don't want this in this format, I actually have another format available, and this cover is even more smooth. This is really nice because it is spiral bound, and so when you go to open it, it's exactly the same, but it lays flat. It's just a lot nicer. It's a little bit more, and it's not going to be Amazon. It's not going to be through Prime, so the shipping might take a little bit longer to get to you. But let me know if you're interested in the spiral version. I will put a link below for the spiral version as well, so that you can access that. So that is my exciting news for today, and I have a few other announcements that are coming. So I will share those with you in the days to come. So thank you, and I will see y'all later. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'm excited. If you are interested in this, or you know somebody who may be, feel free also to share this post, this video, with others. It's definitely something that will help you keep organized in the job search. I know it's a hard market right now. There are jobs out there for so many individuals, and it's even easier when we're more efficient and we're more organized in our search and keeping track of things, in order to uh, go for that target and that goal of getting that job role. So thank you and have a great day, and I will see y'all later. Bye.